Hey everybody, this is GGB and co-host Puppers. I hope you guys are excited for college football, because I obviously am. If I'm going to be completely honest, I'm rather disappointed about what happened last week, going 2-4. I think that was my record. Not the ideal way to start the season, if you ask me. Dang. Frickin' Georgia Tech and Florida State, but that's. Oh, am I kidding? It's college football. I can't be disappointed. I'm ecstatic, even if I went really badly last week. Let's freaking go. College football's back. I hope you guys are as hyped as I am. Real quick, shout out for my shirt underneath in the basketball department. Miami Heat beat the Boston Celtics tonight. So, if you're a Boston Celtics fan, you can go suck it, because the Miami Heat are legends, and you're losers. But anyways, other than that, another news, Big Ten's playing football in mid-October, so let's freaking go. Penn State's going to be coming back. It's going to be interesting to see when we actually get to go in the rankings, because the Big Ten's going to push out a lot of people. We're going to get teams like Wisconsin, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, Iowa, all in the top 25. Minnesota, I'm sorry, Big Ten fans, I forgot about Minnesota. But we're going to get all those teams in the top 25. So a lot of teams are going to be pushed out because of it. Just going to be interesting to see who gets in and who doesn't. But as you can see, Pup's rather excited for this episode. But I'm hyped because college football's back for another week, too. I'm probably going to be hosting this one. I don't know. I recorded my NFL predictions last night, so this one might be going up before it or after it. Depends on how far I get in editing and the other ones, because editing does take a little bit of time. Anyways, let's get to it. We have the 5 games. Remember, the staples. We have an upset pick, and we have a lock. Now, just ahead of time, I'd like to point out that the lock is not worth you watching. It's a lock because it's a lock. Now, I didn't think the Florida State Georgia Tech game was going to be good, and I was wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure about my lock on this week. But stay tuned after my picks, because I have 2 games that I think you should record, and you have a chance of being really close ones that are underrated games, and I think you should record if you have the shot, or go visit them or whatever. But let's get straight into it. Let's start with our upset pick, and I know last week it didn't work out, picking at number 1. Dang, I should have went with ULL. I'm going to be honest, I should not have gone UAB. But ULL, I was right about, and I was right about Arkansas State. And I should have just went with ULL. But I'm pretty certain about this one. I really am confident. It's Houston at Baylor at 11 o'clock on Fox. So I tuned into this game just because I think it's going to be really good. Remember, I think Baylor's underrated this year, but I think Houston is too. Let me explain why. Houston's in a very good American conference, and if you don't know, American's one of the best Group of 5. And if you don't know a lot about Group of 5s, you really should learn about them, because they're going to be a big part in this weird college football season because of teams not being able to prepare. We saw it last week with the Big 12 versus the Fun Belt. We're going to see a lot when the Americans play other teams, because as good as the Sun Belt looked, the American as a conference is even better. So that's why I think Houston has a shot here. I really do, because Houston got it on at the end of the year, and you know why? It's because they lost all that negative energy or whatever from the Tierra King situation. And I'm going to be predicting his game later on. But I really do think Baylor's favored by 4 here. This is my upset, because I think Houston's going to overcome that and actually get the dub here. And the Big 12 fans will be absolutely demoralized by how bad this looks for them. Kansas State lost last week. Iowa State lost last week. And Kansas got beat by Coastal Carolina. Sorry, Kansas fans. That's just so bad. Coastal Carolina's not even a good Sun Belt team. Yeah, I mean, you can make excuses for Kansas State and Iowa State, because ULL and Arkansas State are both some of the best Sun Belt teams, but Coastal Carolina, they're consistently not even making bowl games every year. Bad. And so sad for anyone that's a Big 12 fan. The Texas Tech almost lost to... Oh my god. That was hilarious. They almost lost last week to... Oh dang, I don't know. It might be an FCS or Division II school, but... God, get it together, Big 12. But I don't think they're going to get it together for this game. Houston and Baylor, check in. It's on Fox. I'd record it. I'm definitely going to record it this week, and I'm going to watch it. It's one of my favorite games that I'm looking forward to working this weekend. Now, we're going to finally get to a ranked team. I haven't picked a ranked team to win, and that's where this is going to change. UCF at Georgia Tech. And this would make me scared because Georgia Tech didn't disappoint like I expected them to in Florida State. They didn't suck, and I really wanted them to suck. But fortunately for me, they did not suck, and they ended up beating Florida State. But UCF is no Florida State. UCF is consistently one of the best American programs, one of the best Group of 5 programs, and consistently a top, I'd say, 20 program in the entire country. UCF's one of the best teams in the entire country. So watch out for, again, UCF can make a run here. Unfortunately for them, the Big Ten joining in again is very unfortunate for them. But the Big 12's not looking strong this year. And if they get a couple losses, or, let me get this out here, the SEC ends up cannibalizing each other, which I really hope happens. I mean, other than Florida, I could care less who wins that, the SEC. Or the ACC, if Clemson gets one loss, we're suddenly looking at UCF as a candidate to get into that number 4 spot, which would be very interesting. I think a Big Ten team is going to make it mainly because there's only 9 games, and I just don't see us losing that many. Penn State's going to win it, guys. But seriously, UCF is a great team. I really think UCF is going to blow Georgia Tech out of the water, but it's not my lock because I don't want to curse UCF. UCF's if you don't know, I live in Florida, and UCF's one of my favorite teams. It goes Penn State, Texas, and then UCF and Virginia Tech are like tied. I love both those teams so much. Okay, anyways, moving on. Number 3 game. I record this one too. I mean, I'm going to record like 7 games this weekend if I'm going to be honest, and probably watch all of them. And just because I really like some of these matchups this weekend. And this is one of number 24, App State at Marshall. Favored by 4.5 points. App State really has a shot. That really has a shot. I really think this is going to be a good game because App State is consistently the best Sun Belt team and a really good possible candidate for the playoffs if we're talking about Group of 5 candidates. App State's almost up there with UCF. I'd say UCF's a little bit better, but App State's like right here, and it's a really good program. Same with ULL and App State are going to have a great game this year. I'd definitely record that one. Plus the Arkansas State team, because Arkansas State showed that they can really compete. So Sun Belt's going to be fun to watch this year because those 3 teams really, when they play each other, it's going to be some fireworks. But Marshall also showed in their opener that their freshman quarterback, I think it's freshman, but he has a shot at being a Heisman candidate. So this is going to be an exciting game because App State has consistently been one of the best teams, but Marshall's an up-and-coming program. So this is going to be really interesting. I think App State's going to win, but I do think it's going to be a close game. I do think Marshall's going to cover. So Marshall covers, but App State wins all right. And if I didn't make it clear, Houston covers and then wins, and UCF destroys them, and Georgia Tech does not cover. If I did not make that clear, I'm sorry. Now, 4th game. This is the lock. I would not recommend watching this game, number 1, because I think it's going to be a blowout. But number 2, it's on CBS Sports Network, as I know it, the Scam Sports Network. I hate CBS Sports Network so much. I detest it with all my being. It's a scam, and I would never, ever buy it. But SMU plays North Texas. This isn't even going to be close, in my opinion. North Texas, meh. SMU is a really good program. Don't let them fool you in the weird Texas State game. SMU had a little bit of things to work out, but they're definitely going to win here. This is my lock. SMU is going to destroy North Texas, and this is what? In favor by 14, so it fits my criteria. SMU is going to destroy North Texas. Now, last game, this is a game, if you're not going to watch the other games, fine, but you need to stay tuned for this game, because this game's going to be so good. Number 17 and number 17, number 18, Miami at Louisville. Louisville, legendary. This is going to be such a good game. Louisville's favored by 2.5. Even though they're a rank lower than Miami, they get the home field advantage. And it's on ABC, so definitely no excuse not to watch this game because it's going to be a great game. So watch out. I'm going to pick Louisville, and I know Miami fans, you think I hate Miami, and that's because I do. I absolutely detest Miami. It's one of the worst schools in the entire country, and I'd like you to go never win another game again. Ideally, You drop out of sports entirely so I never have to see you again. Yes, that's how much I hate Miami. But I do think Louisville is going to win here. Mainly because they have a better coach. And I think in general they have a better team. I don't think they have a better quarterback. But Derek King can't carry a team that's just so lackluster at every position other than quarterback. They're not a quarterback away from really competing in the ACC. There are a lot of things away from it. Louisville, on the other hand, really has a shot in competing with Clemson in the next couple of years. Watch out for Louisville. I think Louisville's going to win this game. Also, by the way, so I said stay tuned for my games of the week. Okay, again, I'd say record all 4 games except for the lock. That's going to be a not great game. Again, don't record it because it's on the Scam Sports Network, also known as CBS Sports Network. But here's the games that I watch. Okay, obviously those 4. But if you don't know, Tulane plays Navy, and that's going to be a good game too. Navy really has to have a bounce back win after that absolute drumming by BYU. Also, Tulane had the great comeback win against South Alabama. God damn it, Jaguars. You had the win in the bag. You just needed not to blow it, and they blew it. They absolutely blew that game. They just wanted to give it to Tulane. But on other news, okay, so these are games that might seem like they're going to be blowouts, but I really don't think they are. Okay, here's one. Tulsa at Oklahoma State, and this is why. Again, Americans are, of the group of 5, Americans one of the best conferences, and Tulsa's consistently a rather good team in that conference, and almost beat SMU last year. And SMU was a very good team last year. So Tulsa has the capability to really compete in that Oklahoma State game. Plus, Oklahoma State, again, the Big 12's not living up to expectations. I think they're on the same level as Iowa State, and if Arkansas State can beat Iowa State, Tulsa definitely has a shot. So I'm going to record that game. I'm just giving you advice. You should probably record that game too if you really want to watch an underdog have a shot. Again, another one is USF plays Notre Dame this weekend. I don't remember what time, but Notre Dame's ranked really high, which might make you think this is a bad game to watch. But USF is 2-0 against the Notre Dame overall. They've consistently dominated when they play Notre Dame. And again, Notre Dame, while a lot of people love Notre Dame, it looked sucky against Duke. It was a sucky football program. Duke's not that great. A lot of people contributed to Duke really turning the corner. And I do think that is partially the case, but I also think Notre Dame sucks. So I really think USF does have a shot here. I don't think they're going to end up winning, but I do think it's definitely a game you should watch. Those are my 7 games you should watch this weekend. If you don't watch any, I at least suggest watching some of these because they really do have a lot of. I think a lot of them are going to be competitive. Again, if I had to say one you should watch, I'd say UCF at Georgia Tech, but that's just me personally. I really think I'm going to watch it just because, plainly as a UCF fan, I really hope they run away with it and really prove that they are a competitor this year. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This is GGB and co-host Pupper saying